Hello friends, Karthik is back with the new fresh tutorials. So let's start learning. So in this tutorial we are going to see implementing Interceptor in Hybris. So basically there are 5 main interceptors provided by Hybris, that is init, default interceptor, prepare interceptor, validate interceptor, load interceptor, remove interceptor. So I am going to use load interceptor in our tutorial. So interceptors are automatically called during model lifecycle on some specific places. Interceptors intercept the model's lifecycle. We need to create new class and implement the suitable interface out of those 5 interfaces as our requirement. So prepare interceptor can be used if we want to intercept model lifecycle while saving it. Remove interceptor can be used if we want to perform some logic before model is being removed from the database. Likewise, other interceptors also can be picked up based on where exactly we need to intercept the model lifecycle. So let's implement load interceptor. So this interceptor is represented by an interface called load interceptor. This is called when we retrieve the model from the database. So step 1, first of all we need to create a new Java class which implement load interceptor and override onload method. In this class I have overridden onload method and wrote a simple sysO statement. So class path, in my case I have used my store core extension. You can use your own if you want. So I have given the name of class as page load interceptor. So public class page load interceptor implements load interceptor, which is taking argument at abstract page model. So I have overridden onload method of load interceptor interface. So I have given two sysO statements, that is called onload interceptor, and second statement is onload interceptor example. Then after creating the class we need to declare the class which has been created in the Spring Bean. I have given the path also. In my case it is my store core hyphen spring.xml because I am using my store core extension. So there we have to declare bean id. Bean id you can give of your own, but it should be relevant to the class. And class path you have to give the fully qualified class path of the class created. Third step, we need to map that interface with the model class. So bean id you have to give some specific name. Class you have to give the interceptor mapping class, that is default out of the box class. Property name you have to give interceptor. Reference you have to give the class id that bean ID of that class which we have created, and second property name is type code. Its value should be the type code of the model which you are going to intercept. So in my case I have used abstract page because I am intercepting the CMS page. So I have given abstract page. Now after all this defining, we need to build and start the Hybris server. So you can see this is the class which I have created, page load interceptor. So this interceptor is implementing load interceptor, which is out of the box, and inside load interceptor it is taking abstract page model, and I have overridden onload method and given two CISO statements. Now this is the spring.xml, that is my store core-spring.xml, inside which I have defined interceptor and interceptor mapping. You can see the bean ID and class, same for interceptor mapping, the bean ID and fully qualified class name. And property name interceptor is page load interceptor, which we have created, bean ID of that, type code, the type code of the model which we are intercepting. Now after all this, we need to do system build and server restart. So my server is up, so I am stopping my server. Now I will give int all, since we have modification in few places. So int all space ampersand double ampersand space Hybris server dot bat space debug. So it will build first and it will start our Hybris server in debug mode. So you can see server has been started. Now we will check the storefront. So you can see site is loading. The site has been loaded, and we'll check for the message on the console log. There are some exceptions. Yeah, you can see the message. Just a minute. Yeah. The message is getting hidden because of some other exceptions. It is not related to our implementation. You can see the message written in the console log called OnLoadInterceptor, OnLoadInterceptor example. So whenever a page is getting loaded, this message is getting displayed on the console log. So this ends our implementation. Thank you for watching my video. Do like, share, subscribe to my channel, and just give your feedback on the comments. If you really like or dislike also, just give your comments. Thank you.